All right. Greetings, everyone. While the players are still setting up some stuff, um, I'll introduce you to today's show match. So we are looking at um, Emerald Punishers versus Evils, and this match in particular, I have no idea how will go since I am still fairly unfamiliar with the rosters, but I can tell you as much that in the Emerald Punishers, there is give me a second. From top to bottom, Timo, who is relatively new to the competitive scene at all. We have no info in jungle, who used to be Revel Lynx's support, is just filling today. Love this Estonian accent, thank you. Okay. The Punzen, who is also, I mean, in the mid lane in the Punzen, who is also like relatively new. We have in the AD carry role Knowledge, who is the multimillionaire of Revel Lynx, the head coach, the absolute mastermind of a beast AD carry player. And I guess then we have Krellis in the support lane, supporting role, but it is what it is. Yeah. No, but Linus, you literally wrote the article this way. That's how it became a meme. That was on your article. I wish I knew before that. I mean, the Knowledge was a multimillionaire. You wrote it first. Thing is, okay. I do think Emerald Punishers have quite a decent roster, but since they are lacking in experience, I think there might be like how should I say this? An element of surprise to how the enemy reacts to it, how the enemy plays. And I do think they are if they can survive like the first few games, then they will come back strong. Or rather just stay in strong for that matter. But yeah, I mean, if there's any pitfall, it will be the first games. Right. On the opposing side, we have Evils with Noir Tempest in the top lane, mentally unstable in the jungle. We have a veteran Lina in the mid lane. If I got it correctly, in previous Manta Cup winner Swishy in the AD carry role, and then Amari in the supporting role. I don't know much about them, but since I read that almost everyone has played in one team or another, then I do think that their experience will come really, really true in this, at least in the show match. So I wish I knew the brackets already for the cup, but I don't think there is any. English show match, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I was planning to bring the superstar Like It More to GoCast, but he told me that he is severely lacking on sleep, so I had to replace with a brick wall, which is at least of equal value, I believe. Yeah. Unfortunately, I do not have anyone else to bring, but wait, let me ask for this second. So Mr. Brick Wall, how do we think the games will go today? All right, wonderful. So that was it from the Brick Wall, and I don't think we'll be hearing from him anytime soon again. All right, players have gotten the draft. Let me open it as well. And here we are. Going on strong into the game. Wait. Ooh, wait, we have the groups. Oh. I'm gonna explore them a bit. His knowledge is insane. True, the brick wall. I wish I knew as much as this guy. I wish. Even a brick wall surpasses me. What do I do? Guys, I need coaching. Anyway, we still have a little bit of time before the draft starts, maybe? So, if any of you can enlighten me on any of the players' backgrounds, that would be awesome. If you have any kind of tidbit knowledge, anything you can put forth that might illustrate this match, bring out the narrative, go for it. Of the Linus team. Okay. Budget travel. Lina is not a veteran. Okay, my bad then. Okay, I don't know who Wowza is either, but it sounds like a great storyline already. Jungler was on Black Manta. I mean, wait, I think I saw a few Lee Sin clips recently, like today. The awesome Lee Sin plays where he kicked and couldn't land a Q. Was that him? Ai. Reverse Primordials, yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, I believe. We all are. Everyone who who says they aren't fan of Emerald Punishers is just delusional lying. Come on, guys, get ready on the draft. We want to see this amazing draft that you have come to put forth. I believe those they have what it takes. They are making plans. They are just trying to figure out what is good, what is not. And the draft has indeed started. So the Evils has the first ban here. Will we see something that is common, or do we see just straight up specific player bans? Maybe something. Ooh, Lulu ban coming in straight. Trying to get off that super carry bot lane here. Hecarim also being banned from the Emerald Punisher side. So looking at this already, they are Evolves is trying to shut down a little bit of that hyper carry bot lane, which I don't know if like any of the hyper carries are currently popular. But I do believe that is their intention, as we see Karma Ban coming in as well. It's quite targeting here. Maybe Krellis is just really outshone on the Enchanter supports, and they're just trying to shut it down. Also, Emerald Punishers here countering with a Rakan, which is interesting. Asiel also coming out, like every single ban just straight out comes to the bot lane. I mean, not the Hecarim, of course, but I would love to see Hecarim ban. I mean, Hecarim on the bot lane as well. Please do. Okay, Orianna ban, which seems absolutely reasonable, as Orianna is just disgusting blind pick in the current meta, and as you all might know, that it is just, I wouldn't say like uncounterable, but close enough. And the Syndra is the second one, who is quite in the similar vein. And Sivir, Syndra, instead, I mean, does get locked, but we have shown a mid laner on the first rotation, on the first pick even. So maybe there is just wiggle room for Bunsen here to get that counter pick in and trying to hold on to that mid lane, even though he's facing against the Syndra, which I know, like, kind of sucks in my opinion. Not that Syndra doesn't suck, it's the matchup that's unplayable, kinda. Okay, we have Zeke's, a really long range here. We have both like control mages in the mid lane. Wukong coming in. Still a possibly flex between jungle and top lane, which leaves like a little bit of decision room for the Punishers here. Let's see how Evils reacts to this pick. I don't think I have seen many Wukongs in the recent games, but it definitely has potential. Like, I feel it is far better in team comps, like competitive play, rather than solo queue, which, you know, I primarily enjoy. Okay, Maokai. Again, quite the flexible pick. Usually goes into the jungle anyways, even though it has really good like support and top flexes. And since it was pick against Wukong, I doubt it's a support pick here, but maybe. The purpose of a flex, after all, is like to keep the enemy guessing. And Sivir being picked here. Interesting enough. It's looking like Evolves is going really into the late game already, with Sivir needing like 300 farm to get online, and Syndra also needing those stacks to make serious damage happen. What has happened is that Maokai and Syndra are both AP, so maybe the itemization is a little bit easier on the Punisher side. Stacking that MR. Okay, and the Punishers have locked in Jinx. And while the Enchanters have been banned out, it seems that doesn't frighten them. They still pick Jinx and in hopes of getting that, really scaling bot lane. Nautilus ban coming in. And they are true. Yeah, I mean, if Krellis truly is a Enchanter enjoyer, then Nautilus is something to look out for. Yumi. Yeah, right. I wish. Now we see a Garen ban. Wait, what is this? The truly competitive fear. The one and only God King Garen has been banned from this Summoner's Rift game. It's quite something, really. It's just you have all these picks like Sante, you know. Xante, I mean, it's just Xante. It's just the thing is broken. Bronze subscribers war. True. Also, Thresh being banned, so it is already quite clear that we are afraid of Hook champions. And Jack's ban coming in. So one side is targeting Teemu, and the other side is targeting Amarim or Deft, whatever. And now we see Milio being picked, and we got that one enchanter through still. Just can't keep them all. How will the Evils answer to this hypercarry bot lane? with another hook champion. As we are saying, like, League has so many champions at this point that if you ban out one, you still need to account for 4 others. Excuse me? If that Timo gets locked, I'm gonna lose my marbles. Please don't. I don't want to see Timo special. Please no. Ooh, and the Renekton got locked. So it's a Yone Renekton top lane. Fascinating stuff. I do think like that top lane is gonna decide the game from early on. And it's gonna be quite a feast to watch that. What do you mean boring? Renekton just wins. I mean, depends. If the Yone is good, then maybe not so much. Anyway, this is the full draft. We are looking at a... I mean, for the Punisher side, we're looking at really scaling comp with the exception of top lane, which is supposed to carry them to through the early game and possibly mid game. And from the evil side, we have a insanely scaling ADC and mid lane, also top lane, while the Maokai and Blitzcrank are trying to make it that the glass doesn't shatter. The idea still shines through into the late game. So both teams have things going on for them, and we are looking at possibly like a 40-minute game. So my hopes are high. But if either Evols gets an early lead, which should usually not happen in this case, or the Punishers do like manage to just make the Renekton mega fade and just carry it on throughout the map, then that's also game. So this is extremely volatile, since if one side gets ahead, it's gonna be just straight up run over. Go budget links, yeah. And try to remember this is still in the end a scrim, so maybe the teams aren't showing all the cards they like or they would play. So even if something gets decided here, it doesn't necessarily mean it will transfer over to the cup. Hey, I'm chill 2 minutes. Alright, we're in the game. So, we are possibly looking for a 5 stack. I mean, it's 5 stack. 5 point from the Punisher side, but it seems that Evils are taking quite an interesting approach going from the top side in Wade. The Blitzcrank is doing the flash, and Timo answers with a flash. So it doesn't end with a kill, but a flash for flash nonetheless. Truly fascinating already. The game tempo has been upped quite a bit. I mean, at the end of the day, this is what you'd expect from a... Kind of messing with the minimap. Oh, right, you're right. Let me get that fixed for you. Something like this, I think. Should be fine. Captain Based. That's a nickname I haven't had, I think. Anyway, starting off with a Maokai starting in red. So we are seeing, I mean, it does make sense, right? You want to go with the top lane, which is the most volatile of the lanes currently. But no info here. Starting with red buff also trying to gank bot lane early, which is interesting because, you know, Milio Jinx, I don't think can do anything aggressive here. But maybe they do. Maybe no info knows something I sure don't. And just gets stuff done. I wouldn't know. What do I even know? The level 2 has hit on the top lane and no aggression so far. Which is surprising, honestly. I mean, if I was the Renekton, I would just zone the guy off to oblivion. And... ooh, that is interesting. Mental Unstable did skip quite a few camps. Went from red to Raptors and then to the Frog. Which is an interesting clear. Haven't seen in a while at least. Okay. This is so passive. I don't like. Where is blood? I want to see more blood. Yes, please. Renekton, go in. Like, come on. I just kill someone. Looking at the gold differences, there is. I mean, like, I want to say it has been uneventful, but that in itself is surprising. I would usually see a bigger... wait, what? Mental Unstable did already boom. That was quicker than we thought was possible. I mean, his name is Mental Unstable, but I didn't expect that much. But what I want to say, I will finish that thought at least, is that the top lane being even in farm, which, you know, I do feel at least on level 2 Renekton should just get the upper hand. But maybe Yone's level 1 was that great that there is just... I didn't criticize it, it was interesting. I even complimented that. But yeah, I mean, uneventful so far. If I'm looking at the runes, there is not too much of a surprise here. But I do think... I mean, then again... I don't know. I'm looking at the Six's Comet, thinking maybe area is better, but then again... I guess Six does want that, like, ultimate Comet thingy. or just really far off cues. So maybe. There's nothing like really interesting this match. Replay bugged. Wait. Really? Is it a known bug right now? Nah, it works. That's totally fine. Oh wow, we got a bot. Let's go. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if somebody pauses the game, then even if the pause wears off, the replay itself has to do a little pause on itself as well. Like it more. You absolute traitor. You denied my request to come to co-stream and now you show up. Anywho. Yeah, I mean, not big of a difference here. So far, all the lanes have gone even. And since we talked about how both teams scale well, I don't think that is a problem in itself. The biggest sufferer from this is the Renekton, I believe. But other than that, I don't think neither team is opposed to the late game option where we just scale for 20 minutes and just see what happens next. And those heavy Syndra combos coming in, and there's junglers meet under the tower pretty much. But both just walk away with just scratches and bruises. But No Info is relentless with his invade. He still is not satisfied. And he gets onto the Maokai. Mental Unstable just gets him off. Here we see Timu's ultimate coming in. Bunsen also ults, and Nord Tempest is maybe trying to catch here No Info, but nothing is gonna happen as of yet. Bunsen is in a little bit of trouble as he does not make it over the wall, has to flash out. I mean, yeah, that was one of the invades of all time. Now we see Toneri here as well, who is supposed to be scrimming. Just bunch of yeah, I will stop at that. I will not insult them. Okay, Knowledge hearing an opportunity here to engage, but that is not the one with Delph just bending off the attack here. And I think the first blood here goes to E-Wolves, as No Info tries to get Lina as well, but there is just nothing happening on that front. With 600 gold, the E-Wolves have taken the initial gold lead in this game. We're gonna pay to win this lane. I mean, maybe E-Wolves are just like really loyal and they won't accept payments. I sure hope they don't. But I mean, again, Jay is just multi-millionaire, so maybe. Okay, No Info just having those slick over-the-wall moves. Gets a camp off Mental Unstable, but I don't think it's gonna change that much. The Ocean Dragon has been up for 2.5 minutes now, which means it's not gonna be Ocean Soul either way. Which is one of the souls that I at least most like, and Mental Unstable finds himself in a situation where he, well, panics at least, but gets out, and Bunsen now has to make an escape, but Delph is not having it, pulls him back in. Meanwhile, Knowledge rockets Unstable back into the base, and we are one-on-one with this invade so far. No Info W's, but doesn't make it over the wall. Dies to the Swishy here. And the invade just keeps going and going and keeps getting worse by the second to the Punishers. I mean, it was just like slow motion getting worse and worse. The initial plan was good. I mean, they got unstable, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Fiesta Showmatch Part 2, they are all Fiesta. I don't know when you got into an illusion that it won't be. Okay, now we see that intense action ultimate's coming out, and North Tempest making it out still. Tries to recall, but there is just no chance as he would lose out too many minions. Is there gonna be an dive from Dimo? And there is! Renekton takes the pick. And mentally unstable once more has unstabled his internet, I think, at least. Little by little, Punishers are trying to take back the game, but I mean, even little bit of gold differences can really decide here, as both teams are incredibly late game-ish and need those items really bad. No info making it into the enemy lines. Does get one ult off, but I don't think that's enough to stop him. Knowledge gets another W1, and they do pick up 12 here. Oh damn. There's just a lot of disconnects, but... Crocodile. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the game is back on track for the Punishers at least, as they are in the gold lead now. Didn't seem likely before, but here we are. And it's actually quite even. Surprisingly so. We see quite a bit of farming, quite a bit of just temptation of going in, but I don't think Nord is gonna take it. And we are just preparing for the next objective, as we have nothing else to do on the map currently. Taking some vision, some gold. And now, finally, as I started to talk about it in the early game, is that there's like a 15 farm difference in the top lane, 10 farm in the mid lane. So the Punishers trying to get that little bit of lead where they can try to invade, realize that is not gonna work, and then just resorted to farming instead. But that Sivir on the enemy team, the Swishy, is actually really ahead on gold here. With 700 gold difference over Jinx. That's a... Wait. Give me a second. Is that recoverable? I don't even know. I think it is. That's quite a bit of gold, really. Recurve, yeah. Okay. I was about to think what's the energized item name, but I couldn't recall that. I don't even know if Sivir buys that. I mean, Sivir goes like the wave clear build, right? Haven't seen Sivir in a long time. Okay, we see Timo engaging here onto the Nord Tempest and trying to get that kill happening. Both ults come out. Flash also from Timo. No W to get that job done. And Nord Tempest also gets that wave. So I do think he comes out on top of this interaction. We see a minute left until the Drake. So now maybe Timo should stand up for a second. Maybe he did. Maybe his brain lagged. I wouldn't know. But yeah, anyway, there's still a minute left, or even 3 quarters now. And I I'd love to see like the river control happening like in as Maokai saplings go down, as we get wards. But currently there's not too much action going on. No real river control fighting yet. We see the Conqueror Poct and Timo, and North Tempest has also lethal tempo here. And it's gonna be a close fight, but neither are gonna die. Timo does have the TP, so maybe he can join the fight and make those plays. Lina has been spotted here alone, but since Mental Unstable gets the ultimate off and controls the river now, they do get the jump on the whole Punisher team here. Do they manage to make a kill here? But I don't think so. Everyone's just backing off barely. The elf couldn't go into the jungle, flashes out, still lives. Unstable jumps in, but just doesn't get that pick here. Rishi also misses a little bit on the knowledge kill. And we do see Punisher's just winning in the interaction overall. But not being able to take the Drake. So... And the fight even goes on here. Do they follow? Melee range rockets, of course. Don't you know that the closer you are to Jinx, the more damage you get? Timo and Timo. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. I mean, the dragon is still up. I don't think that dream has died. And evils are trying to control the dragon here, trying to take it. Lina scouts ahead. Doesn't spot no info here. I was dying to Q coming back. Yeah. It has been like really close fight so far. I mean, at least the river one was insane, and both. Oh, come on! How many times we have seen this interaction already in the top lane? Come on! And the dive is gonna happen, is it? Ooh, Norde gets the ultimate off, and does bring back the justice that was once deserved. Oh my god! I think we have seen this interaction so many times that it has every single time ended in a different result. But Knowledge is not having that. Tempest is still alive. Tempest actually relieves that as well. Oh, dude has been abused in every imaginable way this so far, and he has come through still. I mean, leave my boy alone, come on. He wants just to play the game, he wants to farm. And now, we have started Herald, with no river control to speak of. Interesting choice, to say the least. Lina does get the bot lane tower, does get that 450. Or whatever that gold bounty just was. And meanwhile, Punishers have taken over the river control. Not quite complete just yet. They have to back out as Unstable gets that ultimate onto 3 of them. Oh no, that was 2. That was Clone and yeah, Wukong, my bad. But the Herald continues as it might reset in a second. No, it doesn't. Do they get it? They got it. After a long interaction. I forgot. Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. Yeah, I mean, so far, Evolves have gotten 2 dragons, but they have not yet got the Herald, so even then, even if they haven't gotten Herald, they are even in gold. That might change after the Herald is put down onto whatever lane, but I don't think there is too much to gain with just 1 Herald, as the blades have gone down already. And so evils are getting closer to the soul. Was it? Yes, it was Gale Force, if you mean that. Yeah, I was wondering what you were thinking about that. Yeah. Anyway, we are at the 19-minute mark soon enough. And we are still even in gold, which is quite surprising. I would usually come to expect that games look like 10k gold lead on one team and then they throw the game, but we are just even in gold. That is actually great. Okay, Punson just absolutely throwing everything at Lena here, and the Comet finishes her off, and there is just no escape from Punson's bombs as he takes that 300 gold. Okay, both Aegers are insanely fed. So we're looking at 7,500 gold on both sides. Come at diff, absolutely. $800 gold or even 900 in the jungle, which is quite a bit. And the rest of the lanes look even. So maybe Punishers do have here just a little bit of a bigger advantage, but I doubt it's gonna be that noticeable, and it's coming down to personal plays rather than item differences. The dragon is coming up in 20 seconds, which is, you know, Evils just tries to get... Oh, we see the flash from the Punson as he escapes from the Tempest ultimate. But as now Tempest has gotten the flash out, maybe he can TP into the fight. Ooh, the hook lands from Delph. They get no info, but he just jumps back out with no real problems whatsoever. Unstable finds the ultimate onto no info here. They all jump in while Timo is right in the middle of everyone. Pops the ultimate and doesn't just have the range to hit anyone. Knowledge gets excited. Tries to maybe just hit anyone at this point, but he's too far away as Lina's E combo stuns him, and there is just so many casualties across the board. I don't know where this fight is going. Does Lina live here? Ooh, the bomb hits Unstable right on top of his little Maokai's head and makes him go back to Lumbridge. What is going on? That is a great question. I can't answer. Anyway, it was an interesting fight, to say the least. The dragon has not been taken as both sides suffered a bit too much. So, the dragon is still up in there, I believe. Hate the payment. The question is to who? Mr. Poirot, please, figure us out. I live in Spain without the A. Yeah. Anyway, it seems evils are getting this, the Scuttler, and with that, the vision. I didn't do gloomy. Oh yeah. Okay, Tempest finds the knock-up here. Doesn't really hard commit onto that. Punson throws out the ultimate. Doesn't deal significant damage to stop the dragon. And the third dragon goes to the evils. So maybe they're so close to soul that it just might decide the game, might not. We will see within about 5 minutes. Ooh, Tempest finds the ultimate, gets no info down. Also, Greylis gets caught by the Delph here. And this is not the Baron angle yet? Maybe? No? Yes? No? But they do find significant picks over here and are definitely in position to threaten Baron as they started already. Don't think there is much that Punishers can do about it as the jungler is down. And Tempest also joins them within seconds. Should have been Baron. It might just be. It might just be. And Lina gets the combo off to Pansen, but there is just no follow-up whatsoever right now. Timo is standing in front of them all. Timo still lives, barely. There is no Baron being taken. 2 members of the Evils going down. And that is how you turn around this terrible situation that PayPal that got cast onto the Punishers. Yeah, I mean, it felt like a Baron, but man, yeah. Wait, double heal. You're right. I didn't even notice. I went over the runes, but I didn't even notice the summoners. Interesting choice. Think there might have been a slight communication issue. Ghost is in fact overrated in this scenario, at least according to the multimillionaire knowledge here. With still 3 minutes to go until the mountain drake. We are looking for picks, farm, whatever it comes our way. And I do predict it will be quite uneventful for at least the next minute and a half. And then they will get bloodthirsty, restless, and will look for fights once more. Meanwhile, looking at the builds, I don't think there is like anything really suspicious or, you know, PayPal worthy. But I do like the idea that Jon still hasn't built the mythic. I don't know what is the usual like Jon's build path, but I mean it checks out. And wait, what is this? That's a verdant barrier, yeah. I mean, I'm not too big of a fan of that, but I can guess where he's coming from. Meanwhile, Bunsen gets absolutely toasted by Tempest here. Okay. Okay, no info finding that engage onto Lina, but doesn't really have any follow-up with Unstable just blocking it all. And is there gonna be a pick at all here? Delph is in an unfortunate situation, but does make it out, I think? No, he doesn't. Knowledge gets excited, gets 2 picks. And Unstable also in quite a pickle to get out of here. Don't think there is any chance of escape, but maybe there is. There is. The Baron Call comes through for the Punishers as they just let go of Mental Unstable. Interesting choice to leave the jungler alive while going Baron. But it seems that Evils are not interested in countering that Baron whatsoever. There is 40 seconds to go to the Baron, I mean to the Dragon. So maybe they're setting up for that. But as the Baron has taken quite a bit of time, Unstable has now gotten back and in position to even counter this one. Tempest, will you contest? No, just E gets thrown, but nothing, absolutely nothing happened. The wall is a bit too tough an opponent. And now, since Evils have taken the river control, they are trying to get that soul here. They are fast enough, in fact, to get that. And now, they are looking for a fight as they are just a little bit of stronger. No info jumping in, getting Trish out here, and gets that kill right early on. Sacrifices himself, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. While Delph dies. I mean, not bad. Getting that Dragon Soul is truly important. And they have absolutely swept the whole dragon zone with 4-0 on the dragons. But the Punishers still have Baron, which is quite a siege opportunity for them still. The question is, can they siege well enough to not die? Looking at you, Timo, here. Or they just back off, which seems to be the case. And now almost everyone who is in position to gain gold is on the 3-item spike. Like a jungler's on 2, but still. So now, most of them have gotten their core builds that, you know, the power spikes. And now we'll probably see a lot of sneaky positioning. Especially from No Info, who has already in this game shown quite a bit of like opportunistic behavior. But yeah, I mean, a lot of chilling here, as we can see. Which is honestly in Evil's favor. As they lack Baron, enemy has it. It is just their time to wait it out. Timo does get the 600 gold from the tower. I mean, is it 700 now? Ooh, unstable gets caught here. I didn't even think it would be possible. No Info uses up the ultimate, but it's well worth it as they get one CC engager down, removing all threat to the backline. But Tempest finding Timo here, I don't think there's gonna be any escape, but Timo flashes out. There in fact is escape from this threat called Tempest. And now Engage, coming from No Info here, getting that pick. They're also just picking up everything else that is to be picked. And I think this might be at least inhibitor. I mean, has to be inhibitor, but to the end here. Do they have the power to end the game? Is the question. Since No Info isn't with them, I already assume that their call was just to back off and take what they can from the jungle. But it's still quite a bit. Ooh, Tempest. Are we going a bit too far? We are just getting those picks in, and Unstable goes down with Tempest. Quite surviving just quite barely. With Knowledge finding him, but does he get out? No, he doesn't. He has to E back in. And as we can see, it was, in fact, a bit too far. Ooh, the EQ! Delph getting that hook on, and they do get the crocodile back into the sewers. Interesting, interesting. A lot of picks, but it does matter not because the Baron is still more than a minute away. No Info gets back in, ults them all. Knowledge does get the damage down. Doesn't get Delph just yet, but still gets Swishy, which is really important as Evils are just lacking in damage and threat to take the river control before the Baron. So I do think the game plan here for at least the Punishers is to guard the river, get those entries just blocked, and sneak a Baron in. And once they do, they have enough siege power with Ziggs to get those towers down and end the game. A lot of pinging, a lot of coordination coming in. Def not seeing well enough to get that Milia hook. They have started Baron now, and that is indeed the plan as I described before. The question is, can they hold it? Is there any chance of blocking the enemy siege or even sneaking the Baron in? Tibo has the ultimate. Crocodile is not beefy enough to hold his ground, and they do lose their valuable top player in this exchange. And now a new threat looms. We have Elder Dragon up. So they're gonna trade Baron for Elder, which is an interesting choice. I do think the Elder is a little bit more worth than the Baron, but we'll have to see within the next few minutes. Interesting turn of events. Looking at the gold difference, we have 6,000 gold in favor of the Punishers. So, the question is, will they be able to use that gold advantage to its utmost maximum? I mean, yeah, I get where you're coming from, as the Baron does, in fact, last a little bit more than Elder does. But it's still 2.5 minutes with Elder as well. A lot of stuff can happen within that time frame. Interesting choice of knowledge here to get the GA before even Bloodthirster, or like the last item, whatever he's building. Okay. Does Timo get God? No, Timo walks it just out. And Tempest is actively looking for that. For that Yordle, but there is just not getting that as it jumps out. It's just a staring contest at this point. Both teams are, it seems, really proficient on playing chess and just looking at the enemy and just trying to wait out the move. As many of the coaches have said, League is in fact a turn-based game, and currently it seems that it is no one's turn. Tudum 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 tudum. Okay, unstable. Are you looking for the W? Ooh, Lina gets that EQ onto the enemy backline, and a lot of engaging does go down, but there is just not enough damage to back it up. With Delph right smack in the middle, does survive it. Tempest in the flank. And miraculously, no one dies. What? Elder over right behind. Yeah, I mean, kind of makes sense, right? At least on the Punisher side. They just engaged the moment the Elder went out. The question is, are we looking at yet another 2.5 minutes of staring contest? Or are we getting some action? In the meanwhile, kind of surprised that Sivir isn't even at 4th item. Ooh, Timo does double E onto Lina here. Doesn't get that. Ooh, does still get that kill. I almost didn't believe. And now we see Bunsen trying to get the damage onto the elf, and maybe the burn is enough. The burn is in fact enough. Few members are down from the Evolves, and Punishers here are looking to end the game. on the speed. They are getting the towers, getting the minions, but okay, maybe not towers. It seems that they're just allergic to hitting towers. Yeah, there is just no way to go on with the siege right now. And we are in fact backing off without really getting anything. Which is quite something. Ooh, Tempest! Finding that ultimate, but it's just not that it. Just not it. Oh god. He found an ultimate, but it was in Narnia, but the second he got it in. There was no follow-up. Okay, Tempest had a plan. That's the big difference. Protest from top lane, yeah, right. Ooh, but the 6 damage is insane on the towers. Ooh. Maybe we can end with this. And in fact, they are getting the towers down quite quickly. Delph gets the hook onto Timo, but there is just no escaping from the fact that the Nexus is about to be blown up. And the first game goes to the Punishers. It was, in fact, a 40-minute game. I mean, 39-minute. So I did predict correctly. Anyway, interesting. So, we were looking at a 40-minute game where both teams just scaled to oblivion and had the staring contest of absolute madmen. Yeah, I mean, it was quite interesting, to say the least. That we had a situation where both teams had to decide whether Baron or Dragon Soul, I mean, not the Soul, Elder Dragon or Baron is worth it, which you don't see that often. And it turns out that Baron was more valuable, although it wasn't that apparent, at least in the beginning. Both teams did scale. I don't think we saw any real meaningful ganks. The first one, I believe, was the Maokai getting the... Wait, no, not Maokai. The Blitzcrank just trying to roam and trying to hold back the invade, which was happening on the top side. But I mean, Tiche, our knowledge was the head coach of Rebel Lynx in the SLE, but he hasn't been a player for the longest time. I don't think he has ever played in any bigger leagues or tournaments. He's just a guy who knows a lot about the game. He isn't the permanent permanent member of the Punishers either. So, professional chess player. Ah, right. That's how he got to be a millionaire. Anyway, it was a good first game. We'll settle in just a bit, and I'll let you enjoy the music for a bit. All right. While the draft hasn't really started yet. Oh, it has. Never mind. It has just now. It seems that with how the previous draft turned out, we might see. I mean, probably the same way in that both teams are trying to go for the scaling, trying to go for the late game. Oh yeah, my bad. It's not 0-0. It is in fact 1-0 for the Emerald Punishers. My bad. It is now 1-0. Yeah. But the idea is that both teams are trying to go for the late game, trying to go for that mega scaling opportunistic thing. And we have already seen here a Ziggs ban from the Punisher side, which is quite ironic that since they picked it, and it worked out quite well. And now Hecarim, Rakana are both banned, which I believe are just target bans at this point. And while the Evolve side, they have banned out the No Info's notorious Wukong. Also the Jinx, which does make sense looking at how the previous game went. And also Karma. But now the Lulu is absolutely free. Orianna is still free. Orianna has been picked. So, yeah, Orianna is just one of those champions that really isn't scared of anything. And always just, dominates whatever matchup. I mean, doesn't maybe dominate, but, doesn't fear any matchup. And is quite a disgusting champion, if I do say so myself. And now we're seeing Orianna versus Syndra mid lane, with Evolves having still the second pick to sort out here. The question is, what will we see? What is the thing that will come out of this draft? Probably an ADC, if I do understand correctly. Maybe jungler. Maybe something flexible jungler. Come on, show me. Caitlyn! Woo! Caitlyn is an interesting one. While the lethality Caitlyn is, I think, dead, I do think the crit Caitlyn is quite viable and still really strong. Not to be underestimated by any means. The question is, what do the Punishers have to show in return? It is in fact thrown out the Jarvan. Interesting choice, but not so rare compared to some other, how should I say this, nasty picks they had in store. So the EQ machine has been thrown out there, and also ADC has yet to be picked, which I suspect is gonna be picked right now. And there is, in fact, the ADC picked with the Varus. Maybe it's top lane. Maybe. I doubt, but still. I absolutely am disgusted with Varus top lanes, by the way. Yeah. So the Evolves probably here will answer with a jungler, and they get to ban out stuff that they wouldn't like as much. And we see Belveth being picked, which is a bold choice, to be sure. Because all of those picks that they just picked are pretty much aggressive ones. I mean, I guess Syndra is not that aggressive, but definitely Caitlyn and Belveth are both champions that need to get their early game sorted quickly and as demolishingly as possible. We see Garen ban once more, with Aatrox being from the other side. What am I witnessing? Malphite? What? Oh god. What are they cooking? It seems that both sides' top lanes are quite feared over the supports, I believe. since we're still lacking support on both sides here. But probably a support is gonna be locked from the Evils now. And that is Brand. Bold choice. Bold choice. Please do lock it now so I can enjoy some cooking in the bot lane. Come on, don't be shy. You can lock it. No. Oh, oof, saved. Whew. Gave me an heart attack there. Imagine you me Caitlyn botlane. Yeah, I mean Thresh is a fantastic champion, especially in competitive. And we might see some really nasty hooks coming in. I mean, last game they were Punishers were banning out the hook champions, right? And now, since they didn't, don't think they wanted to pick Blitzcrank again. Although Delph was really good with it. We see Trish being picked as just an all-round engage peel, mage support, assassin, warlock, whatever. And we see Renata being locked to oppose that. Question is, will the Teemo be locked? No. In fact, Darius will be locked. And we will see once more a really aggressive top player from the Punisher sides as Teemo locks onto that Noxian. Is he king? I think he's king. God King Darius, right? Don't think he likes to call himself king or something. He's just like the leader. A little bit of lore. Nitwits. And Kale being locked, that's an actually a cool choice. I mean, Kale into Darius is gonna be rough, but once you live through that, I do think that they're gonna have an awesome time with this team comp. I do like it. I do think they may be lacking just a little bit of front line, but maybe Thresh can come through and hold the enemy still until they are just straight up dead. Looking at Punisher side here, they are like in a lot more favor in terms of frontline, but I don't think they have as much burst nor like sustained damage to hold on like just enough that to win the team fights or maybe get the Baron, stuff like that. Doing objectives is essentially going to be a hassle. So we're looking at if Evolves get to scale, get those objectives that they want to get early on, like let's say Herald for Belveth, then it's gonna be really nasty late game for them, and they're probably gonna win. But if Punishers can deny a lot of gold, objectives, and pretty much will to live, then win the game, because they're incredibly snowbally with Orianna, Darius, and Varus. So we might see a swift game if they do succeed in the first few minutes. Interesting draft. I like it. It is quite something. I am talking to a brick wall, Maikus. That is correct. The brick wall is an expert of all things. He shall not speak because he already knows the truth. If he speaks the truth, there will be consequences we might not like. And he knows that because he knows everything. It's the brick wall. That's why everyone talks to wall from time to time, because they need the knowledge. They need the cosmic wisdom. It is entirely correct. Touché, Donary. Touché. And half the time it's you who is ignoring me. So, I don't know. Feel responsible or something. I don't know. But yeah, we're heading on to the 3-minute wait time. So, if anyone has a little bit of narrative, a little bit of how should I say this? Lack of wisdom in any subject whatsoever. I would like regarding League, but I can just straight up converse in anything. Then go ahead, throw it in the chat. Let me know this is what you need. Or anything about the draft whatsoever. I want a prediction for this game. You shall receive your prediction, mister. Give me a second. Have fun. Get the prediction going. Give your points to a favorite team. I mean, for me... Oh, damn. For me, from what I've seen, I do think Emerald Punishers are just that bit above. In the sense that they seem a little bit more unified with their decisions, with their playmakings, stuff like that. But they do not seem consistent enough that they would win every game this way. So I'm expecting a fumble in either this game or the next. Because they won the last ones. Such is the nature of the law. I mean, law of the nature, what the hell, what am I, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'm guessing they're gonna fumble this game. Not because their game plan itself is bad, but they're just gonna either press the wrong buttons or just be daydreaming when they shouldn't. All right. We are moving on to the game very soon, yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, I mean the drafts look great. I do think they're at least interesting enough to say that this game is a little bit unorthodox. I do absolutely despise absolutely despise the Syndra Orianna matchup. I just don't think it's any good. Like in the sense that it's just boring as hell. But we shall not complain as we are heading on to the game in about now. All right. On to the game we go. And as we can see here, both teams are gathering around bot lane. Maybe getting that invade going. Ooh, they're gonna meet in the bot brush. Wait, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun, guys. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Thresh is gonna hit them in just a second. No! Walking right into it! Stealth is going down. Is Tempest gonna go down? No, but he needs to flash out. summoners were wasted a little bit. Ghost for flash on the top lane. But indeed, the first blood goes to Darius, the one champion that really, really needs that to snowball. So let's see. Even I mean, Kayle even started with Kull. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. But Darius, who has boots and Doran's shield in the early game against Kull. Ooh, it's gonna be disgusting. It's truly something that every Kayle player just sees nightmares of. Looking at the jungle clears, Jarvan started with the bot side, while Mental Unstable started with top side, which is interesting. I guess that is his only rational choice, looking at how the early top lane kill ratio went. So his only real option is to go bot side. And since those junglers aren't gonna match each other... Since when did you become a caster? I don't know. Has been a while already. Haven't I told you? Anyway. I do think Telp is like really frustrated here and wants to get back on that killing that happened in the early game. But Kayle, I mean, is doing relatively well. I mean, just thinking about it, like, trying to get any farm with Darius being item ahead is just absolutely terrifying enough. So, props to the guy. And now, no info coming in. Trying to get that early dive. I don't think this one is gonna work out all too well with... I think no info is gonna go down here. He has no escape. That's 1-for-1 for Kayle. I'm not too sure about that from the Punisher side. Like, thinking about it this way, Kayle really wants that 1-for-1. I do, like, understand that minions were lost and stuff like that, but all in all, is it really worth it? Kayle is gonna scale, and it's gonna be a headache in the long run. Maybe logos next time to score. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, we see the Mental Unstable finding the gank on here. Get the kill on Pants, and he gets away with it. Oh boy, that's really, really needed. And of course, if especially the one who gets this Belveth, who is insanely snowball champion and needs to get that Herald as soon as possible. I mean, Herald is maybe out of the window because of the Darius, but, you know, look at that temp that. Lina does need to flash here. Jarvan also flashes, so it's flash for flash on the mid lane. Ooh, the cleanse comes through. The trap also has been dropped, but there seems to be no kill with the heat. Oh, so many close calls in the bot lane. This is absolutely terrifying Showmatch here. Does Noir die to the bleed? I believe he does. There is no escape. Ah, damn. That's where the Darius comes through and really shines. As he gets that 5 stacks on and just eliminates his opposition. Ooh, Delph getting again with the hooks. And Grellis is absolutely powerless against those ones. Delph is just doing amazing job here, securing that the bot lane is getting ahead, is getting that gold that is necessary to snowball this game. It has been interesting game so far. Like, comparatively, if you're looking at the previous game, where we had both lanes scaling to, you know, to 40-minute mark, then now has been a lot more action-packed, intense, with close fights. Why is my chat acting up? I can't see. Okay, whatever. Yeah. But here we're looking at, yeah, sure, Kayle is a little bit behind, but Kayle has gotten level 6, gotten boots, and is about like two waves of worth behind. I don't think it's all that bad. No info coming in. Do-doom, do-doom. Do-doom, do-doom. I mean, yeah, I didn't even need to say a thing about this one. Everyone who was watching it got the gist of it. But the wave, is it frozen? Ah, it's frozen. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be terrible for Kayle. How are they gonna be able to get that thing back in control when there is just that much ahead? You're gonna need to call an ambulance. And not for Darius. In the meanwhile, bot lane is also freezing the hell out of it. So maybe the game slows down here just a little bit. Again, Kayle getting absolutely destroyed. There is, even without the Jarvan here, it's probably gonna end up in Kayle's death anyway. And it's just, it's rough to watch. Nice jetpack. But Bel'Veth does get the dragon, which is quite good. All things considered here. We already know that the Evolves really like the Dragon Soul. So they're probably gonna try to get it this game as well. Already the Cloud Soul is off the table, which I don't think would have been that great to them anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's not that bad of a plan. If you're looking at it this way, abandon top lane. Kept believing in Kayle scaling. I mean, the Kayle needs, at this point, just astronomically long time to scale. It's gonna take a while. Like, we're gonna enter like a new millennia in the before Kayle is gonna scale this one. Okay, ultimate came out, and the cleanse also. But as we can see, 18 is safe with relatively no damage done to her. Again, Kayle getting hit just a little bit too much. Now comes in a tactical pause from the Punisher side. As Knowledge has disconnected. Maybe doing an anonymous donation. Looking at the gold. Here we see that paid pause, of course. Do you know any other pauses? I don't. It's interesting to look at that Bel'Veth is ahead in 20 farm, but is just behind in gold. So, you know, remember guys, gold is important, kills are important, but all in all, just gotta be brave and believe, and Jarvan believes. Ooh, the flash coming in, but it doesn't save Kayle here. With just 1-5 going in from the Tempest side. Ah, damn. Like, what do you do at this point? No prisoners. Well, you see, when you take prisoners, you gotta make sure they're worth some ransom. Question is Kayle worth any ransom at this point? He's like 100 gold. Happy to see a Kayle suffer. Wait, what are you on about? You're a Gangplank main. You do quite well into Kayle, don't you? But yeah, I mean, no info is coming in, sneaking into the gank already, and we see ultimate coming out from Renata. But I don't think there is like any major threat. Oh, there is, and Delphi is gonna go down here. Unstable, maybe making it to the actual fight. Knowledge is out of mana, and he goes down. Unstable, be able to secure 1 kill. Don't think no info is in position to defend Grelis here, and think she also goes down. Yup, that is 2 kills. 2 mentally unstable. As mid laners are fighting it out once more. Bunsen doing the flashy moves and surviving the Lina's onslaught. Oh, that was an action-packed minute. Okay, again. That's just a lot of stacks going to the Syndra. Unstable here, getting some farm. Trying to get the invade in, but it's... I mean, it's just 1 camp after all. Not that big of a deal, but then again, camp is a camp. The question becomes... Is that gold lead on bot lane gonna do any big of a difference to that Darius, who just seems to dominate everything? Kayle, get the cannon! Get the cannon! Oh, it's rough. It's rough. Ooh, Delph gets a nasty hook in. But Unstable couldn't get that knock up to follow up on any of that. Yeah, I mean... It is interesting. I would say the map is effectively split between like top and... let's say... Not even bot side, but more like... I guess top is just an island, I guess what all I'm trying to say. Which is, I don't think, any news to any top player at least. So... But then again, listen up, here's a lesson to be learned, okay? Even if top is an island, even if you get a massive lead in the top lane, if the bot lane feeds, the game is over. Sincerely, every top main. I'll keep Timo going again for that. For the hook, but that is just not gonna happen. And the second dragon coming in from the evil side, as no info is on his 58th round of ganks to the top lane. Truly an abusive relationship here. Okay, Delph. Are we seeing any nasty hooks coming in within the next few seconds? It seems not. The first tower, with all the blades, all the glory, goes to Darius and Jarvan as they are playing a 2v1 lane against the Lonely Tempest here. In fact, Timo is not satisfied. He goes for more blood and tries to zone off Kayle as much as he can. While Swish is just trying to get the poke in, trying to get the tower to avenge that top lane, but it seems not enough of manpower is on the bot lane to get that tower done. What a trap, skillfully placed under the tower. Truly one of the masterminds of all time. Okay, but Bunsen now in a situation where Lina and Mental Unstable are finding him off guard. Mental Unstable maybe has enough damage. No, he does not to take Darius down. And they just leave it at that. 1-for-1. They trade the jungler for a mid laner. And as we spoke about, evils are indeed, again, planning onto the dragon, taking on that all the objectives that are like available on the map. Because, you know, Herald is not available due to Darius being just so amazingly fed. If we're looking at the gold difference, it is 3,000 gold on top lane. I mean, Jarvan is still ahead on gold. Oh, God. It's just rough out there, isn't it? But then again, the AD carries on bot lane have also massive difference, so that might just be the real difference that matters. As Caitlyn is insanely outranging Darius, so we have something to look forward to as, you know, if Caitlyn, or rather Swishy, does the guiding well, it might be just enough of a threat to shut down everything else. But in another note, Pansen here getting caught by the mental unstable, but it is just not enough, I believe. Sindri, Lina does get the damage now out there and cleans up Pansen. The question is, when mental unstable died, does that mean Lina's fate is also sealed? No, it is not, because the elf is here covering, and also no info just doesn't have the damage to back the option up. Okay, the fastest cleanse in the west gets casted by Swishy here. When Knowledge just drew out that ultimate, he pretty much knew that it's not gonna do anything, but rather get that cleanse out. Oh wait, my bad, I forgot the dragon and baron. Anyway, the dragon is coming up in a minute. The third dragon of this game. And I am pretty sure that Evolves are planning to take that one as well. The question is, are they actually able to? Can they secure the river control? While the Punishers are already ready here, trying to get as many wards down as possible, just destroy enemy vision, get those openings shut down from the jungle, and just do not let any little pest into the river. Okay, the TP is coming in as Lina defends the bot tower. Mental Unstable already has signed himself off the dragon onto Pansen. Does get a little bit of damage, takes just as much. And it seems nobody's interested in dragon, which is honestly surprising. Ooh, the flash coming in from Timo. Does he have enough? Of course he has enough, but the Zonia is coming in. And indeed, he claims the prey as his own. And does just walk away. As, you know, cool guys should. This is truly one of the games of all time. Especially from Evolves, as they have sadly no top lane. It's, you know, the saddest thing about that is it's not even his fault, really. Of course, if he said that pick out in draft, that is quite on him, but it's rough out there. And now Jarvan has reached what is a full build, I believe, with the Shojin and Gold Drinker. He is on his maximum at this point, and he will continue to abuse everything that moves on the Rift, including his own teammates, I believe. There is... Wait a minute. Are they gonna fight? They're gonna fight. No. Unfortunately not. There's not gonna be a fight here. As we clearly see that Jarvan just likes to do camps a little bit more than find those picks. And, you know, they won't risk it for the Baron just yet. Okay, no info getting hooked by the Delph. Oh, that was just nasty what Delph just put out. With the hook and all. And no info goes down before the Baron has been secured by either team. So maybe they have this option now. But it seems that is not in the menu. Kayle is destroying around like the second tower. So maybe that is some gold to them. Darius, Timo here takes tower on top. And gets something that is, you know, not really obsolete, because, you know, 700 gold is still 700 gold. But it doesn't give that much in terms of just map pressure. And honestly, at this point, I don't think Darius can get any stronger, really. Like, proportionally. Ooh, the ultimate hits onto Swishy. But the no info is already in trouble for doing all that extending. Timo is here trying to get them all just run away, scatter, but it seems he's just gonna pick up the kill and just go on with this day. Not bad, not bad. Ah, poor little Tempest getting abused again. Or not? Or not? Kayle has scaled! We have the scale! Oh boy. Has the machine finally come online? Is this the day we can see that Kayle will actually just get the items and dominate the rift as, you know, he should? I believed since day one. Yeah, you did. How about Grillis just watched and prayed that Jarvan does not just blow her cover. Although, you know, nobody was even close, but still. And in fact, Darius takes another tower. That is just a huge gold gap if we're looking at here. Almost 4,000 over Kayle. That is quite a bit. Quite a bit of gold. One could even say it's an item. Okay. Delph gets taken down swiftly. They do end up... I mean, Punishers do end up using an ultimate. But it's well worth it, I believe, if we're talking about how Dragon can be taken here. Okay, Timo getting a little bit hit here. Not enough to go down, but truly to scare him. Then the Sterak's gauge comes through. So that he doesn't drop all too low. And the fourth dragon goes to the Punishers. They get 2 mountain drakes already, that is quite a bit of resists. And, you know, giving Darius maybe that much needed armor and magic resist values that he might need. Although he's buying magic resist as well now. He's... Wait, let me check the numbers, I'm kinda curious now. 150, 123 with 300 AD. Interesting, fascinating, fascinating. Anyway. We have Baron up still. Dragon down, so maybe we're looking at here Punishers taking the Baron. Can they take it? Without risking the steal. That is another question. But I think for that to happen, Timo is on the opposite, wrong side of the map. So we'll see. And I believe a fight for the Raptor camp will happen here. And just both sides just looking and judging up how much is the Raptor camp really worth. Is it just... Are you able to take it without any consequences? And in fact, Punishers valued their lives more. But now they have started the Baron, as they just do not fear the enemy. They do not have too much vision on that side, because it's just easily clearable. But now they are certain that even if they come into the pit, Punishers are able to fight it off. Ooh, and Unstable is going for the steal, and he caught it! He actually stole the Baron! The fight just broke out, and Velvet is in the middle of them, not being able to dish enough damage. But at least they got the Baron. Ooh, wait, that's a lot of damage coming out from Lila and Swishy. And they just get Timo. They get knowledge. Do they? No, it's not enough, and it's just a little sliver of health left. There's the last auto attack coming out from Swishy. Does he get knowledge? No, he doesn't, but they almost get everyone. They get the Baron. That's a lot of gold going into the Evolves' bucket. And you know, the game looks a lot more doable now than it did just seconds before. Wow. That one play from Unstable and also getting that KO ult just in time to survive in the middle of it all was really, really good. Okay, but Swish is going for it. He has the damage and does stop knowledge from farming. But I don't think in the bigger picture it's gonna do enough, because we're looking at how Dragon is still minute and 20 left. Knowledge can still regain his positioning, just take back the control of the river, you know, yada yada. Interesting choice from Punishers here. They are just lurking around, waiting for their opportunity, and not doing much actively. It seems that one mistake really drove it home for them, that this game might just not be over. It's just that Baron buff is just keeping up the pressure, but not enough to siege. So they both end up being just chilling in the mid lane. Ooh, Delph tries to get that hook in, it was not enough. Ooh, no info gets that ultimate onto Swishy, but he gets bailed out, but the Kayle is strong enough to almost kill her own teammate. So how do you deal with that? It's just imposters all around you. And now Delph gets that hook onto knowledge. Can they kill everyone here? Darius ends up going down. Timo has no escape from that. But Mental Unstable goes down as well. Can Evil's clean up this plate and maybe go for Inhib and or Dragon? It seems Dragon is already certain here. The question is how much more can they take with this engage. Tempest here clearing up the waves. Trying to get a tier 2. Does end up taking it. Oh, but they saw no info. Is there any escape? The slow. Used up the EQ, but just... doesn't the escape gets executed by Lina here. Whew. It was close either way, but it seems that no info, in fact, had no right to leave there. And tier 2 also goes to the E-Wolves. 700 gold more into their pockets. It's not easy. They scaled. They truly did. And now once scaled, they are truly a threat. Threat to humankind. Whatever. Absolute tongue twister. So we're probably chilling for another 30 seconds and then the Baron is going up again. We might see Punishers here taking the control. I am surprised about how mentally unstable he is. Staying stable. No, that was not it. What I was trying to say is that he's chilling in the bot side. Just trying to look for something here, but abandoning the river control in the process. So the question becomes, do Evils even have any intent on contesting this Baron? Or do they just try to just get through it without making any risks at all? Okay, Swishy. Dishing out some insane damage onto Bunsen here. And Bunsen also getting the ult in. Lina goes really low. Doesn't die just yet. No info, jumps in. Gets the ultimate down. Can't lock anyone and there is no follow-up there. They all go low. Does no info die here? He does. And there's just that one pick. Yeah, Delph goes in again. Keeps everyone steady as the backline finish off Knowledge. And do they get Bunsen as well? They get Bunsen as well. Oh, the fact that Tempest didn't get to hit Timu there. And now they might not be able to end. Oh, but the Delph does hit the hook, and this is in fact the ending angle. As Swishy gets the pentakill of this game. And as I was saying, right before the game, right? Remember, I told you, Punishers are going to fumble this game. And that's exactly what happened. And I swear the millionaire didn't pay me. Yeah, I mean... that was quite something. Yeah, I mean, Evolves won with 10% on... they had only 10% of people believing in them. So enjoy the points, whoever got them. What a banger of a game, really. I mean, I feel really sorry for Tempest here, but game's a game, and you know, the bot lane really did well on the Evolve side, and they just held true. That's all they did. Caitlyn has massive range over everyone on the enemy team, almost, and it paid off. What do you do? Actually, amazing game. But yeah, that's funny. 6k on Emerald Punishers, 650 on Evolves. Also, congratulations on the pentakill, Swishy. And yeah, I don't think I have seen like any pentakills like in like recent weeks at all. Feels like a rare thing now. Anyway, I'm gonna ask them a little bit. All right, and this time I don't think there will be as big of a pause as there was last time. So might not have to wait that long. Ooh, and we have an ADC change. That is interesting. Knowledge, the millionaire, has been replaced by the original member, Toneri. But yeah, I mean, looking back at this game, they're surprisingly, the Evolves didn't commit to the dragons as much as I thought they would, especially comparing to the first game. But it seems that Punisher was just aware of it and, you know, didn't let it happen the second time. But maybe that was the downfall. I wouldn't know. The whole world is like full of what ifs. Okay. The draft has started. And now. The question is, are we looking again at the full scaling comp from the Evolve side? Or are they cooking something new? Something incredible? Something awesome? We're looking at the Wukong ban here from the Evolve side. Also, Punishers ban Hecarim once more. I also suspect they will go for the Rakan ban as well if they're added. So, yeah. So the Jinx ban also coming out, which does make a lot of sense. It was really threatening. Here's the Rakan that I just mentioned. The question is, what else? Do they have something? Something spicy? Anything at all? I would suspect something like Lulu, Karma. Karma, I believe, actually is the ban here. Right? Back me up, Evils. Come on. Oh, Zeeks. Damn. Kind of missed the mark on that one. Okay, but the question also becomes, what do the Punishers fear from the Evils? Maybe Orianna? Maybe Syndra? Syndra actually is a quite decent ban, I believe, on their side. Nope. That is just Belveth. And Orianna does get locked in. That's a nasty lineup already, because Orianna is worth at least 1.5 mid lane spots. We saw Bunsen doing some awesome tricks with it. Now it's Lina's turn to show that Orianna is actually worthy. Okay. We see Syndra Orianna pick again. We see Caitlyn again. Are they just... Are Punishers just stealing Evol's draft? Well, they... I mean, they banned Belveth, so it's not gonna happen, but... You know, it's oddly looking like a yoink from this angle. What do you pick against Caitlyn? I guess it's Chen. The answer is that simple. Now we see a jungler here coming in. My prediction here would be Jarvan, maybe? Something along those lines. Like an engage type of AD jungler. Nope, that is just straight up Nautilus. And the Evols have cooked up another hooker. We have had Blitzcrank, we've had Thresh, and now it's Nautilus' turn. How many hookers do we even have in the game? Wait. I guess Darius counts. Does it? I don't even know. At this point, does Renata count? I don't know. So many questions, so little answers. Anyway, we see Channa here locked by Grelis, which is interesting to say the least. Especially into Jhin, I believe it is quite odd, but maybe she knows the champ enough to just pop off. Now, Aatrox ban coming in from the Punisher side. I believe it was Aatrox from them last time as well. Now, Garen again, the God King Garen just can't pass the draft. Has to stay in. Has to be banned every single time. Why does this sound like a Timo quote that Chris just put in the chat? Like, never underestimate Grelis and their picks. Woo! Something like that. Yeah. Now we see Yon ban as well. So those snowbally top picks that just can't be stopped are coming out. And Jax also is the Timu's legendary Jax that gets banned out from this Rift game. And it is Punisher's time to take the pick here. I am kind of surprised to not see junglers before the second rotation though. Welcome to this meta where mid laners are first picked, always. And obviously Jarvan also for the no info. And how do you answer that? What is the pick? What do you do in this situation where you're facing Jarvan and you pick Gragas? Ooh, that's spicy. I mean, it's kind of boring, but it's also spicy in the sense that, you know, it's not meta, but man, is the boring champ. But Kindred, I resonate with. That's great. I do think it's awesome. And from the Punisher side onto top lane against Gragas will be picked something great, something menacing. It's a Tahm Kench on the top lane. Truly one of the frogs of all time. Honestly, I'm not even surprised. But it's a great pick. It's a great pick. I respect the pick. So we're looking at, again, a scaling comp from E-Wolves. Nothing surprising there. But it's also quite early aggression, like this mid game aggression from the Punisher side. And it might be just a little too difficult of a draft for them. I think that's that. Like it heavily depends on how Timo and Grelis can cooperate. How can they make those plays happen? But overall, I think E-Wolves are gonna win this one. Do you guys want the prediction as well? Anyone willing to win or lose points? Guess not. Anywho, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't bet either. Uh, but yeah, E-Wolves really do like to go on those scaling comps. That's the only thing I've learned so far. Is that they're really onto those late game heavy champions. And they have incredibly safe champions. Just to be sure. It's really hard to shut down anything besides Kindred in the team. But then again, Kindred is like their pillar of hope in this game. So if Kindred gets denied enough times, their team just might crumble in the early game. So if I were Punishers here, I would just put everything I have onto just obliterating Kindred and getting her out of the way. No marks, no gold, no nothing. And if I were E-Wolves, I would just hold back, play safe, get that farm, get that gold as much as you can, and know that your day of reckoning will come. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm still on the line thinking about how Orianna and Syndra are just that popular, that dominant, and they rarely even get banned. It's like, at least ban one of them and pick the other. It's just, why do you leave both open? If there's just must pick, first pick every single time, ban the one if you have blue side that is gonna be picked on the red side, and just enjoy. Because the enemy has to just go out of the way to make one of those picks happen. Imagine like you pick Orianna here and, you know, ban Syndra and Ziggs. What now? Enemy lose hands. Also, dumb Genji pick into Gragas here is just gonna be the biggest sleeper on this planet. Nothing too much more to say there. If, like, the matchup is in Genji's hands, but if Genji doesn't feel like it's fightable, then they just farm to Oblivion with no end in sight. And while that seems like a solid option for Genji specifically, I don't think, looking at the team comp, it is that good of an option. Because even if Genji gets fed, there's like not a chance that he will carry. Especially against Kindred. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Timo knows something I don't. I kinda do hope he does. To see something that goes beyond my expectations. And while we're at it, I mean, the bottom lane matchup is like interesting. I do think it's gonna be a bit volatile, in the sense that Nautilus and Caitlyn are both aggressive, while Jhin and Shanna are like not really aggressive at all in the early game. So, you know, one mistake from either side can end up in really weird situations. Give me just a second. I will transition the game now. Boom. Okay. Going into this game, looking at how Evolves have invaded every single game just because they have a hook champion. And now Punishers have stacked 2 out of 3 games, and one of them was successful for them. We have yet to see how the second one will go. But it seems not much will happen. And they're just absolutely chilling it.
Minions have spawned.
But again, as we have seen every single game this far, both junglers started red religiously. It's kind of odd even how consistent this is. Just every single time we see the same start points. The question becomes, does Jarvan skip camps and just straight up rush to the bot lane? Or will he just full clear and, you know, be a normal jungler? Just a lot of poking, a lot of testing each other out. And now Delp goes, got level 2. Does get Toneri into the hook. The snare also land. They're really close to killing Toneri here, but it's just not enough. And while the summoners come out, the first blood does not. And they chill once more. Quite an exciting level 2. But it seems since the kill was missing, not much can be done about that still. Oh, but the junglers are about to meet on the bot lane. Why does the camera not pan over there? I want to see what is going on. And Jarvan gets snared. But nothing of importance will go down unless they just EQ over the wall. Bunsen does get the mental unstable into the stun, and the first blood goes to Syndra, or rather the Bunsen. And it is in fact the Punisher's first blood. The one that we didn't expect. And now the mark also has appeared on the bot side, which is quite to the dread of the Kindred. I love how Delph is just gatekeeping absolutely the farm. That is disgusting to look at, but you know, something that has to be done. And no info, boldly recalling there, assuming he won't get spotted. And he cancels the recall, goes for the gank. Does he get the EQ? He does flash for it. Swishy gets knocked up, but does just not go down. That doesn't even take that much of a damage. And now Jarvan gets the second EQ. No info is just relentless with it. Ooh, but Toneri gets a huge shot by Chishi here and does go down. Does the Jhin get another out attack? There is just not enough time to make it happen. Does Delp have another hook in him? He doesn't, but it just doesn't matter. Jhin has enough damage to completely shut down Grellis as well. Mental unstable, finding Bunsen in mid lane again. And just making a kill happen on this front as well. Does get stunned, but does it stop him? Apparently it does. It's not that easy to get that kill down. But it surely did give Bunsen a scare as he needed to flash out of it. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I do think that Evolve's bot lane has been really consistent, really scary in this series so far. And has the makings of like one of the best in this league, probably, in this cup, rather. Why is the camera's up in the most sleeper lane imaginable? Unless I say that at the moment it does go down. Tempest runs out of mana though. Maybe Kench can actually finish it if he has another Q in him. Yes, he does. But no, Gragas. Tempest just does have enough of boom boom to make it happen. Bunsen lands the EQ right after no info knocks unstable up, and there goes another Kindred death. What a shame, innit? No more JDC. Yeah, I know, right? Kinda sad. But then again, we have the superstar Toner in it, so, like, you know. You win some, you lose some. Okay, Bunsen. Throwing out those heavy Qs. That deal all not too much damage. Okay, meanwhile, the camera didn't even... didn't even show the dragon and I was sleeping. Oh, but now no info has found Delph here, who was trying to get some vision in, I believe. And Delph goes down as the food of Toneri here. Interesting. Bunsen has been in the in the right places at the right time so far. It's just fascinating to watch. Okay, no info. Finding Lina here in the EQ does not have flash to back that EQ up, even though he missed. So... Oh, but Tempest is... He's doing something. He's cooking. He's completely alone, though. He's gonna be surrounded within seconds now. Does get the ult out. Ooh, the knockback does land on quite many people, but there is just not enough damage to get that Javan down, to get Bunsen down. Just everyone lives with sliver of health as the evils watch them walk away with great regret. I mean, it was greedy in the nutshell, but you know, you also gotta root for those plays. Otherwise, you will just see days and days and of just staring contest. No, knowledge, don't say that. But yeah, I mean, the dragon is like 2 minutes away. And again, like since every game so far, we have seen Evils take the first streak, probably take the second as well. They're really appreciating those early dragons. But can they steal Herald? No, they can't. And now Punishers take the Herald from them. Lina is looking here just for another passing ult angle, but it's just not gonna happen. Unstable does ult, so Lina doesn't go down just as easily. And they end up taking no info as the pick here. Punsen is in real trouble to get out. And Timo pops a big shield, but I don't think that is gonna be enough to save him from this trouble. And all 3 members of the Punishers go down for the Herald they just took. That was really well played from Evils here. Especially with the Kindred ult winning enough time for Lina to get that big swoosh in to swipe the enemy team. Okay, Trishy. Absolutely smurfing it. Oh my god. But I think 12 has not enough health to live through that all. And does end up going down as a result. But yeah, I mean, anyway, the gold is quite even. Consider all things considered, like we're like talking about here, a dragon take, herald take, few interesting situations on bot lane. Okay, Lina, what? That TP was just, let's say, ambitious. Oh damn, that was just, yeah. I mean, that was free TP to give away. Okay, but Tempest just looking nasty with the Gragas. How much gold did he have taken with? Wait, does he die? Oh my god, what am I looking at? Oh, that was nasty. How much gold? Can you show me? 270, I believe I saw. 270 with first strike. I mean, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Free kill for that 30-minute mark is quite good. But Timo is absolutely getting abused on the top lane by this Gragas. And I guess rightfully so, considering last game. So, I mean, it has not been easy for neither side really to get those things done. As I was talking about earlier, Kindred does get a lot of pressure put onto him. Doesn't get stuff done as easily as you would probably want. Okay, Twishy, in a situation where, you know, most wouldn't want to be in. Delph reached out, got Toneri to stop, but, you know, a kill is not gonna happen. Delph does end up exhausting all his health bar just to save Twishy here and, you know, not winning a lot. But rather just losing a lot. And Timo, not satisfied with the previous result, jumps in and goes for the grasp hit. Ooh, that E reached on Tempest onto Timo here. That's a lot of poking, a lot of just wet noodle fights, while no info dives into towers, gets Swish into the arena there. Toneri does get stuck with turret aggro, but flashes out, gets those picks, and Punishers have tower dived successfully on onto that evil side. Ooh, just a little bit missed by Tempest here. And Kindred does save with the ultimate. Unstable just reaches out just in time to get that ultimate down. Does Gensh live? Gensh does not live. But Kindred gets executed. There was no damage whatsoever done to Kindred. And that's 300 gold saved in this play by the Evils. Oh damn. Oh, but no info here. Looking to punish Tempest. Everyone's out here for Tempest. They're just not letting this gingerbread live. I know gingerbread is a different thing, but it's funny. Okay, Tel. Staying in lane, interesting. Just looking to get that tower sorted. Do they get the tower? Tower. Hit the tower? Yes. Many money. And Punisher seem to take with no contest on the Herald. Free objectives, free money, free towers. Everything. It's for free. Come shopping today. Mr. Millionaire. Yeah, true. But Dragon is coming up in 50 seconds. While Punishers took the second Dragon, do Evils set up for the third? Or will they just Will they just let it just go? Linus also doing the journalist work. I mean, yeah. Ooh, but the Tempest is just trying to do stuff here, but doesn't have really a good follow-up plan. Mila and Lina here getting a little bit chunked down by Caitlyn's ultimate, but nothing serious more. And indeed, Evils do go for the third dragon, as they secure it with ease. Ease was a stretch. Okay, Gragas, go, 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 go. I believe. Oh, but Bunsen has just the right amount of damage. Okay. Knowledge has ambitious plans. Anyway, back to game. Evils have the second dragon. They want to go for the soul, I believe. But they are in no real hurry as they outscale quite a lot. It's a game of like rough decision making, really. Because it's not as easy for either side to initiate something. I'm just gonna think of that. But if you're looking at it, it's like... Ooh, it's Rishi. Come on. He does make it out. There was no Jarvan ultimate, which is a surprise, to be sure. But Rishi also had flash, so I guess that didn't matter as much. Baron does come up, but I don't think anyone has any real contest on it. Ooh, no info jumping in, getting Delph up, and Delph does indeed have no health left anymore. But does anyone else fall victim to this fight? Apparently not, but again she's jumping in. Dimo is bold with his choices, and Stun jumps onto... Wait, what? Okay, Dimo just got a lot of damage chunked in and straight up rolled over and died. Okay, that happened. I guess he's just not that strong right now. One of the plays of all time. And with that, the Evils have come ahead in gold. Oh, Bonson gets struck with almost every CC imaginable, and there's just no escape from that. As Evils take down the mid tower, tier 1. And Dimu just arrived with the TP and almost goes down again. Does go down. Man just has no rest in between those fights. And Donner is quite fed. He's chasing down every member of Evils. Does he get the last shot in? No, Jin lives. Jin lives. I'm surprised how strong Donner is. Okay, those gold numbers they do make sense now, yeah. And the tier 1 also goes to him. So he gets that local gold, gets all the gold, every little penny that is spent on the rift goes to his pocket. A minute is left before the dragon. Who claims the river control first? Judging by the tempo. Oh. It's supposed to be evils, but they are showing no interest in controlling the bot side whatsoever. So I'm not sure about that choice. But maybe they want to trade. Maybe they're going for that Baron trade. So if the Punishers do show up on the dragon, they just snatch the Worm. Okay, not anymore. I don't know. Kindred is just on journey on his own. Okay, Tempest woke up and just chose violence. Straight up. Oh! No way! Does not make it. And he lives, does he? He absolutely lives. Just every attempt draw that Syndra off. And it finally succeeded. However, they do give Punishers the dragon. I don't know, Mental Unstable is just on a journey. He is everywhere else besides the objectives. I will show you the world. But honestly, Gragas has become such a mess that, you know, you can't really pit anything against him. He destroys every single, like, member on his own, like, on 1v1. I mean, it's a blessing that he's not too good at splitting, but, you know, what do you do against the fat guy? Not much of a plan to do against him. And now, again, the Gragas shenanigans has forced out Timu's flash. It also Gragas' ultimate, so it's kind of worth it. Or is it? And Lina gets targeted with Donner's ultimate, but does end up retaliating with his ultimate as well. A lot of ultimates in the same spot coming out. Gragas finally joined the fray. And nobody's dying yet. Timu goes down first. And also no info follows him right after. Delph goes also down. But Donner is just... I mean, not Donner. Twitchy is just throwing everything at them from a distance. He is like high enough on HP to maybe finish them all, but that is not the case as Grelis lives with a sliver of health, and Donnery does end up taking that big kill, that big shutdown. 900 gold. That was on Twishy. And just, that was the biggest change. But Punishers came out on top, and it was well worth it for them. Sadly, neither side can take Baron either, so. But now Donnery has to really watch out from giving that shutdown gold. He's worth 1k. And he's also notorious for just giving away that gold. So really have to watch out for that. Because I'm sure Delphi is watching just on every corner. If he missteps, there's gonna be hook, ultimate, snare, slow. Can't escape. Tempest does have TP up, so does Timu, so they can side lane on the bot side. Even though Baron is up. And be maybe ready for the upcoming dragon. But it's not even like close to soul point, so you know, they can chill a bit. the question becomes, who makes the first engage? And can they just leave through it? Because we haven't seen Gragas just doing any fancy combos in the middle of the fight, but like rather to start it off. And I'm seriously waiting for that to happen. Because if Gragas gets one good combo off of Toneri, then that's a fight won. If that doesn't happen, Punishers do win the fight. Okay, there's the ultimate. How much damage did he deal? Not that much. Honestly, surprisingly low damage. All things considered. But maybe it's the Stormbracer and Rapid Fire that actually deal the vast majority of the damage. Okay, Bunsen made his try. Missed the EQ. Now Tempest is quite on a good position now that they have all just clumped up together around the opposing team. Do they manage to pick off everyone else as well? Ooh, Delph does get a quite suspicious hook onto Bunsen there. But it does not matter as they end up taking the dragon. They don't need to end everyone off. And I think they can go for Baron here as well. Which they will try. It is quite dangerous still because no info is alive. And as we can remember from the last game, that Unstable took the Baron and turned things around for them. So, you know, it's scary. Tempest is waiting for his next prey. And does miss on Bunsen, but it just does not matter. As they're all going for those picks here. Everyone's low. Nobody's dying because Kindred ultimate. No info's dead. Timo and Toneri is right in the middle of it. Does go down. And Swishy will just end up killing them all here with the damage he has. Don't think there is no escape for Timo either. Or maybe there is. Nah. Don't think it is endable, right? But they could still attempt a Baron. It's gonna be really close one here. Tempest probably TPing in as soon as he can. Just do whatever. Wait, where's the TP? Okay, never mind, he waited for gold, I think. There's the TP, they get the Baron. That has been just a lot of gold in the recent minutes. 4 evils. Sad indeed, sad indeed. But then again, hyper for evils, so, you know. I'm caster after all, I have to stay neutral. I don't. Bop, bop, bop. But now, three minutes since the next, for the next objective. So what is gonna happen in the meantime? Is anyone able to siege? Oh, but Delph just noticing no info there. Maybe it's catchable, but Timo gets the nastiest W off, and that ultimate from Unstable is just not gonna be within the range to save them. Ah, but that's a nasty pick over there. Truly, Swishy just got a little bit too confident, and that ended up costing his life. But now Tempest, looking at the opportunity there, but not gonna find any. You know, I just want to note that, like, a second ago, Kench was level 14 while Gragas was 18, so that's a funny level difference.
Blue team's
much gold does Gragas have? Almost 14,000. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have much to say at this point. They're just watching each other. I'm seeing surprisingly not enough like sideline action. They just occasionally end up in top and bot, but it's not nothing like too purposeful. Now 30 seconds until the dragon. Evils have one dragon more and are on the soul point. So can they make something happen? Lina here finds an EQ but just doesn't have anything to follow it up. No ultimate is being spent on that one, while the flash is in fact spent. Gragas again is out of the fight for now. But he's creeping closer, and the moment he does end up there, he's gonna ultimate them back into the team, I believe. Yup, there it is. But Grelly's with the timely ultimate. Getting stuff done, denying that Gragas combo. Oh damn. And the siege just stops here. And I believe Evils have the opportunity to take the dragon for themselves and end up claiming the soul point. But the only like questionable thing is that soul actually sucks for them quite a bit. Okay, Gragas is not getting absolutely any damage. Like what? But Lina gets a nasty 3-man ult. While Gragas also kinda ends up deleting no info. And I think that's just game, no? Like there is no way Demon can just protect it all. They may try, but Gragas is not getting any damage. And Demon just ends up not even being able to pop his shield. CC after CC. And the Evolves do end up taking the third game as well. Just as I predicted. GG it is. Evolves take the series 2-1. Let me update this in just a second. Like this. Yeah. What a scrim. True. I mean, at the end of the day, people remember this was just a show match or a scrim, so the cup might go entirely different. And since these two teams are in different groups anyway, they are, yeah, you know, results are not gonna be this. So it was enjoyable series, or rather scrim. Thank you for all the participants for putting up this performance. Thank you all the spectators for coming, talking, enjoying the show. And I hope to see you next time. Yay.